last light out in the office, step into the night with the keys in hand. A melody slips out before I know it. Another ride home begins. The moment I clear the parking lot, the night cracks open wide. The door pulls shut with a quiet click, and the day falls back inside. The engine wakes up low and steady. I roll the window down a little. The heat the city never lost cuts straight through and lifts my shoulders. Through the intersection, past the towers, taillights start to stream and flow. Same road I've taken 100 times, but the night always shows a different side. After 5, the city's fading slow. I love this road that leads me home. Every street light I leave behind takes another way off my mind. I'm almost there, but I'm not ready. I don't want this drive to end. Cross the bridge and on the other side, the windows flicker all at once. The version of me that rushed through the day is somewhere far back now. The light goes green, and without thinking, my foot goes a little deeper down. Radio still off, not ready for it, just letting the engine talk. Same road home every single night, but tonight the air belongs to tonight. Tomorrow can wait, where tomorrow is right now. I got pavement to burn. After 5, the city's fading slow. This drive home closes out the day. I breathe the night air all the way in, and pull ahead of every light before the porch light comes into view. Just a little more road to go. Every time the light turns from red to green, the city breathes back to life again. Taillights crossing the intersection, start sketching out the rhythm of the night. A low engine hum slipping under the overpass bounces back off the glass of the towers, and the lights streaming past the window keep time with the same pulse in my chest. intersection. The city was still breathing, same as before. Western sky goes down slow, office windows catching the night. The moment the headlights come on, the city quietly shifts into gear. Shadows climb the old brick walls, a fire escape hangs in the dark. Past the overpass up ahead, an old motel sign flickers on. Radio still off, not yet, just the tires keeping time. The view through the glass keeps changing, turning toward the next corner. A freight train rumbles somewhere out there, a long horn cutting across the night. Same road I've driven 100 times, but tonight something's different in my chest. Streetlights ahead are calling tonight, one after another, lighting the way. Every turn brings me a little closer toward a light I can't quite see yet. The night doesn't say a word, just keeps shining straight ahead. Past the row of trees, the road opens up. Porch lights start lining both sides. Someone's laughter slips through an open window. Somebody's night is already going. I take the last corner easy. A familiar stretch of sidewalk unfolds, and there at the edge of the headlights, one silhouette standing still. No words, just standing there, like time had decided to stop. But the rest of this short night had already begun. Streetlights ahead are shining tonight. This road the same as it's always been. Past the last line of lights up ahead, a smile finally breaks through. The passenger door opens quiet. The night's not done yet. Before the 6 o'clock bell even rang, my mind was already out the door. Loosen the tie, threw it in the back seat. Someone was laughing on the other side of a closing door. The moment I hit the gas, that sound dissolved into the wind. Same faces again today, let me drive at my own speed. On the ramp, climbing up to the overpass, the engine shifts its voice just slightly. Every time the city lights streak across the glass above me. Whatever was still sitting on my shoulders gets blown clean out the nothing but a clear and endless night, still going. Rain begins to fall again tonight. Neon stretches across the blackened streets. The wipers keep a steady beat, while blurred lights drift across my windshield. All the noise I carry through the day fades beneath the engine's low heartbeat. Every breath comes easier as time slows down inside this car. Neon blink, colors running through the rain. The weight upon my shoulders starts to slowly fade away. Maybe it's just another illusion the city paints across the night. But after everything I've been through, this view feels just right. Red lights shimmer on the hood. The car beside me waits in silence. Everyone's carrying a different story. Rolling through these rainy streets, every corner brings another color. Every light becomes a different shade. A lonely saxophone fills the night, blending with the sound of rain and tires. The city never says a word, it simply lets the moment breathe. Neon bleed, the colors never disappear. Neon dancing through the rainfall, showing me the road ahead. No words I needed anymore. Tonight is enough. This lonely city feels like home. Neon bleed, neon bleed. The moment the tunnel swallows me whole, white lights start streaming at a steady pace, sliding across the black of the dashboard, leaving nothing behind as they fall away. A blue screen glows at the edge of my vision. The next curve comes before I can look. Nothing but a band of light crossing the windshield, threading through the night without missing a beat. The shadows of the pillars holding up the overpass darken the cabin, but just a second each time. And the light that keeps shifting shape around me reads the depth of this hour better than silence could. In the blue where the dashboard glow is trembling, my own outline rises quiet to the surface. The night is in no hurry and nothing is here but this light. Every bridge I cross, the railing lights draw thin lines across the passenger seat. The evenly spaced lamps blur past before I can count them, already gone through the glass. The city silhouette fades into haze, office windows floating like scattered stars. The blue screen says nothing, just points ahead in silence toward a road no one has taken yet. The white lights overtaking me, the oncoming glow that never looks back. All that fills this cabin now is a night so clear it seems to go on forever. The dashboard glow, trembling just beneath my hands, a warmth that doesn't fade even past the tunnel. Somewhere beyond the scenery streaming by, a blue light breathes quietly in the dark. Each time one white light disappears, the night begins to show a different face, leaving nothing but the faintest afterglow, trailing off into the distance. Moonlight moves quiet across the water. Cut the engine and the sound of the surf fills the night. Summer isn't over yet. The road that leads down to the quiet shore slowly falls away behind the car. The sound of waves break taste of summer stays close. The city lights have blurred to nothing, and the sea alone breathes in the dark. The palm leaves shift and tremble in the wind, scatter in the moonlight into pieces. Wave after wave rolls in and pulls away, running through the same night over again. But this beach alone knows how deep tonight really goes. The moon is trembling at the water's edge. The things that never find their words sing quiet into the dark and stay the longest in the chest. Moonlit beach, the moonlight will hold till morning comes. Moonlit beach, nothing but the surf filling the night. For this short summer somewhere close, and find your way back to this shore again. The moment I leave the interstate behind, the city lights thin out one by one. The wind through the side window lets go of the heat and turns cool and damp. Where the neon used to be, nothing now but stars thickening in the dark. Just the dashboard numbers glowing like the only proof this hour exists. 2 in the morning, wearing a face I never see. Night current, taking a road nobody By the time I check the rear view, the city lights had gone smaller than the stars. The night still hasn't finished anything yet. Slide into the passing lane. The white lines start pulling faster underneath. Two lights that had been trembling in the distance drew up alongside for just a second, then tore away. A brief streak across the glass, quietly stitching this hour together as it passes. The further I get from the city, the more the lights subtract themselves. But in that one instant of passing, the loneliness holds its breath a little. Passing cars in the dark, nameless lights that come and go. Nothing but the white lines holding on through the windshield. Pulling past the last red glow of a tail light, fading out, and the night shows no sign of ending. From somewhere beyond the long downhill stretch, a new set of lights comes closing in. Every time the headlights cut sharp across the glass, the quiet cabin goes white for just a moment. By the time I clear the bridge, it's already just a dot sinking into the mirror. Nothing but a cold light passing through to say that someone else's night is still going. The lights that overtake me, the lights coming the other way. All of us running the same gradient of night, and that alone is enough. Passing cars overlapping for just a moment, time that will never actually cross, drawing a thin road through the dark, all the way until they disappear from sight. Nothing changing on this highway, just drifting through the sequence of the night. Out beyond the darkness, somewhere far ahead, another small light has started to flicker. traffic light before the city ends turns quietly to green. In the rearview mirror, the city lights slowly falling away, and through the windshield still nothing to see yet, nothing but the road ahead, holding tonight's answer. A long tunnel climbing toward the mountains, orange lights streaming past, evenly spaced one after another. Nothing but the sound of the tires as the white light at the exit draws slowly closer. Around the curve, Starlit Highway, the city from just moments ago, gone like it never existed. Stars pouring down across the whole windshield, the pedal easing back on its own, and I found myself looking up at a sky that just kept going. A narrow road winding up to the overlook, nothing but the guardrail catching the headlights, cut the engine, and all that remained was the quiet sound of wind moving through the trees. The small glow of the dashboard, the city lights lined up far below. Same night as down there, but up here the stars are a different story. Starlit Highway, on the way back down. The sky I've been looking up at, now lighting the road ahead. The feeling of the stars still in the windshield, just a little longer. Let me carry it home. The engine hums back into the quiet, the stars at my back as the car eases slowly toward the city. Tucked into the corner of the rearview mirror, a single light left behind, shifting shape through every curve, slowly swallowed into the dark. A stretch of road I've already passed, and yet it keeps on pulling through the glass. Every time that red light flickers wears thin, the colder the night eases just a little. A soft jolt where the overpass seems meet, keeping time with the night that never breaks. And on the other side of the mirror, a new light is already being born. At the edge of the dark, rearview lights burn brighter as they fall away, holding someone else's night in the glow, bleeding quiet all the way until the very last moment they disappear. That red trail keeps drawing itself across the dark. No need to look back, but the night follows anyway. At the bottom of a long and gentle slope, lights begin to layer and bleed into each other. The taillights of cars pulling ahead, dragging red ribbons across the wet black road. The sodium lamps running along the bridge railing graze the edge of the mirror in white, and everything disappearing behind the glass is still out there running its own version of tonight. The silent scenery rolling past the window, the light held captive in the rearview mirror, both of them riding the same floor of the night. Nothing left that needed to be said. Rearview lights fading out beyond the dark, time moving through without leaving a thing. The small world that lives inside the mirror trades itself out for the next scene without a sound. Carry a night that belongs to no one I know, and this road just keeps going. The last red light bleeds slowly out of sight, and already the mirror is showing a different face of the night. The salt air drifts in off the water, one by one the neon lights come on. Slide the car onto the boulevard that runs along the sea, past the last of the sunset on the shoreline. The sound of waves dissolves into the city lights. A breeze moves through the palms and slips in quiet Chasing the lights that line the water's edge. Moonlight moves quiet across the water. Cut the engine and the sound of the surf fills the night. Summer isn't over yet. The road that leads down to the quiet shore slowly falls away behind the car. The sound of waves breaking white fills in every silence of the night. The moonlight caught in the sand shifts its shape with every swell, stretching thin and long, all the way to the far horizon. The sea breeze coming through the window peels away the last of the afternoon. The rhythm of the waves rolling in and back quietly undoes whatever's left to carry. Moonlit beach, the shoreline drenched in moonlight. Moonlit beach, the waves wrap gently around the night. On a stretch of sand that holds no footprints, only the aftertaste of summer stays close. The city lights have blurred to nothing, and the sea alone breathes in the dark. The palm leaves shift and tremble in the wind, scatter in the moonlight into pieces. Wave after wave rolls in and pulls away, running through the same night over again. But this beach alone knows how deep tonight really goes. The moon is trembling at the water's edge. The things that never find their words sing quiet into the dark and stay the longest in the chest. Moonlit beach, the moonlight will hold till morning comes. Moonlit beach, nothing but the surf filling the night. For this short summer somewhere close, and find your way back to this shore again. the asphalt. Roll the window down a little, and summer haze slides in. The cool of the air conditioning and the warm, wet weight of summer air. The moment the window opens, the night shifts into gear. Leave the crowded afternoon where it belongs, in the rear view. Empty roads stretching out ahead, just easing down on the pedal. The melody coming through the stereo. It's different tonight somehow, threading through the trembling street lights. Summer haze, the road running along the water. A night drive with nowhere to be. A hazy moon hanging low. The bay sparkling far in the distance. The night wind takes everything with it, and summer has only just begun. Cut the wheel toward the coastal road, and the salt air fills the window. In the stillness of a city gone quiet, the sound of the waves gets closer, and through the windshield, nothing but stars. One can coffee, that's all I need tonight. Even if old summers come drifting back, open the window and the wind takes them. Summer haze riding on the night wind, warm and soft in the air. Losing myself in the shadows of neon drifting past. Keep me out here till the break of dawn. The deeper the night gets, the more the air starts to shift. Reaching for something light to wear. Not ready for this to threading through the trembling street lights. Summer haze all the way to the industrial waterfront. A night drive with nowhere to be. A hazy moon hanging low. The factory lights glittering in the dark, sinking quiet and deep into the night. This is what summer feels like right now. Right now. The day's heat still radiates off the asphalt. Turn the key and dry air spills through the window. West on the highway, let's go. The sun went down, but the city's still burning. Neon bends and shimmers at the stoplight like a mirage. Even though heat of the day. But the night wind already knows what's ahead. Push harder and the air shifts around you. This is what summer nights are made of. Heatwave Highway, chasing a summer that never ends. Heatwave Highway, lights stretching out to the distant horizon. Give it all to the night wind, and don't let up till the break of dawn. Oh yeah, a whole day that didn't add up to much, and by the time I noticed it was already dark. Coffee can in hand, I pulled up the garage door. The blue body catching the street light, a little dirty is exactly right. Ran the hose over it, and the day finally started going somewhere. The hood dried to a shine in the night air. Too good to just leave sitting here. Just taking it out to dry off a little. That's what I told myself when I turned the key. No plans today. Maybe I'll cruise out to the lake tonight. Favorite songs running through the speakers. Foot on the pedal wherever it takes me. A little detour never hurt anybody. Can't complain about a night like this. Get a little ways out from the usual streets, and the scenery starts to shift. The night wind coming through the window, hitting different than it normally does. A road I haven't taken in a while, and every curve gets the chest going. No schedule holding me tonight. Every turn I make feels like the right one. Spent all week watching the clock. Tonight the clock is following me, and honestly, that's more than enough. Oh, no plans today. Ride it out till the night gets deep. Picking roads that look interesting. Running alongside whatever's playing. Doesn't matter where it leads, just following wherever the wind's going. Just like that, something stirs in my chest. Before I know it, the keys are in my hand, and whatever I had planned is already gone. The engine breathes back to life. I turn the playlist up a little. When's the last time I felt something like this? Things to protect kept piling up and getting together like we used to. Got harder, so tonight, at least, let me drive like I used to. Endless tonight, it's too early to go home. Turn it up one more notch and get out into the city. I don't need magic to get back there. I just wanna drive the way I used to, more than anything right now. Even passing intersections I know by heart. Tonight they look somehow different. Even the cars lined up at the red light seem to be keeping the same beat. City lights streaming past the window, music drifting in from somewhere far off. No real reason for any of it, but tonight just feels good. Tomorrow, the busy days come back, the usual routine waiting right where I left it. So just